Hi guys, it's your boy here, giving you a Kozmo deck profile. I actually already did this video, and while I was recording, I noticed that my mic was muted when I was basically done. So I have to do it all over again, and I just checked that my mic is not muted. But let's just get started. To Honest, I still like Honest. You can win games with Honest, with Farm Grow or Strawman or anything, any of your light ships. So I still run this. Two Bank Destroyers, Dark Destroyers. I only have two, but I would run three. But you don't really need the third. You can play with two. But if I'm gonna get the third, so I would main three, but not. It's only two right now. Um, One Dogfighter. Since I'm not running the third Doctor Shirt, this is still good. And this is still a decent card because it spawns tokens if like you have no other play. I feel like this is like a last resort play because it spawns tokens. But there's an OTK with this card too, so it's a decent card for Tank Destroyer for not running that. Three Farm Grow, it's the heart of the deck, the main card. You need three. Three Forerunner, one Good Witch because there's not a lot of things that you can book. Um, but she's still good in the mirror match, and there's still cards that you want to book of Moon. I feel like she's only good in in a build where they run that the equip card where they attack twice and they pierce. I think that's the only build that where she'd be decent at more than one. Other than that, I think one is fine, and then even at one, you're really pushing it. But I like Good Witch, so I kept her at one. Two Slip Rider. The reason I run two Slip Rider is because this card can actually lose you games if it's your only card on the field. Because Cosmos aren't like any other deck that could swarm the field. Most of the time when Cosmos swarm the field is that they already had two good solid turns of summoning monsters. But when the Cosmos go off, like especially like they want to go second, so on turn 0, turn 1, if they leave this on the board, if your opponent could somehow castell it or 101 it, you're already in a really bad spot. Especially if they can OTK you like Pepe can. Um, that's why I cut it to 2 because it's still good to pop back row, and it's still good with my tech card that I have in here to talk about later. But other than that, this card can actually lose you a game. That's why I run 3 4 because it can be targeted, and that's why I would run 3 Dark Story because it can't be targeted. But it's still a good card to have. That's why I run 2. One Strawman. If you draw this early and you don't have any banished monsters, you can lose. But it's still a pilot, so that's why you run it. And in the late game, it's a good card. Um, 3 Wicked Witch, really good in the mirror match, really good overall. Really sad that she came out as a common, but she's still a really good card. She's a 19 beater, very little normal summons get over this normal summon too. So that's why I run 3. I like her a lot. 2 Maxi. I forced my build to have Maxi. Uh, Maxi is still really good. I prefer the having Maxi than Reasoning in the deck, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. I feel like Maxi is still really good. Against Burning Abyss, against Pepe, because Pepe deck reminds me of Clown Blade. They're basically it is Clown Blade. Basically, they rely on the extra deck a little bit too much. So this can actually honestly win you a game. So I main 2, not 3, because if you draw 2 Maxis at any point with this deck, because this deck you can look at this build and see brick hands. So imagine with that and adding 2 Maxi in your draw, like that would be bad. So 2 is good. When you see it, and when you don't, you don't. It's a good card, a good option to have in the deck. One Allure, I have 6 targets in deck. This card might be bad early, but if you get it off and you have Cosmotown, it's basically a +2. It's like a Rhoda. It's not like a. You get a free search. You get a free card basically. It's not bad. I like it a lot. If personally you don't like it, you can take it out and add something else. 3 E-Telly, self-explanatory. 3 Cosmotown, the most busted card in the deck. Even though if you see it multiples of it, you can lose. I had a lot of bad experiences where I have my opponent pinned down and I draw another Cosmo Town when I have a Cosmo Town already activated. So that's why I don't run the terraforming, because that happens, and when that happens, you basically lose. So it's 303 of though. That just happens because it's bad luck. One limited removal. Um, there's OTK with this card with the Dogfighter. Dogfighter is a 2K attack. If it lets you spawn another one, and he has no back row, and you attack, that's 8K damage, and you win. And then if you limit a removal, like if you get um farm grow off, that's 15. Then you search Doctor Destroyer and you limit over, that's 6K. So he's at 500 damage. So that's a really good card. And then you can just keep going from there. Two MSTs. I really still like MSTs. I did try Galaxy Cyclones, but I feel like right now you have to have something that's fast. Because what stops this deck is like Imperial Wall, Lightning Prison Mirror, and vanities. And if they chain that, and you know, and you have Galaxy Cyclone, then you're like, oh, I have to wait. But if you have MST, it's like, get out of here, and you go off. So it's a 2 of. I could bump it up to 3, but I don't see a reason to right now. So I only have 2 in deck. 3 offerings to the Doom. This is my OTK card and my tech card. This is not just an OTK card, but it dodges a lot of things. Like creature swap, I guess. If you don't want them if you don't want them to creature swap you, then you pop it, and then you just let it sit in the grave. What else? When they time space you, because there's people maining that card now. Okay, so you banish Farm Grow to attack to hit Dark Destroyer, and they they time space it. You chain this. Since that target since the card that they activated was they activated on Dark Destroyer, and Dark Destroyer is no longer on the field, that thing dies. That trap card like it misses its timing, I guess is the right wording. I could be wrong, but basically since Dark Destroyer gets destroyed and it's not long on the field, you get to special the one, and you basically get a free monster, which you can hit the farm go and attack, and then add another Dark Destroyer or something, or hit the Straw Man and then bring it back on main phase 2, and then have another beat stick. So it's a good card. And then you can OTK with it as well. Especially because people think that just because you don't have farm grow in your hand or in banish, you can't OTK with farm grow. This thing lets you OTK when you have no access to farm grow. This is like a E-Telly, but a little like a bad version of E-Telly, because you have to destroy a monster. But the dream play is Wicked Witch attack, banish, summon Forerunner or any ship, and you attack. And then if they don't have anything, you chain emergency teleport. Oh, you chain this card, you pop your Forerunner, get off Farm Grow, attack, and then you search out Dark Destroyer, you banish, and then you banish your special, and then you hit the Dark Destroyer and you attack for game. This is a really good card. There was a YCS build that had this card, and I did look at that build and I liked it, but I didn't like the reasoning, because what's the point of running this card if you can mill it? The reasoning can hit any card in your deck. Because when I used to play the reasoning build too, because when when the deck list came out, I was like, wow, well, let me try it out, right? But my reasoning builds were bad, and people started learning what to call, so I took it out. I mean, there was a mill where I hit like 2 E-Tellies, a Dark Hole, MST, and a Vanities, and a Farm Grow, and he called 3, so I went like -8. So ever since that day, I was like, nope, this is not working out. For me, at least. If you guys like the reasoning build, then go for it. I mean, it's really explosive, because that it really takes care of what's the main problem with the deck. The main problem with the deck on why it can't be tier 1 is that it relies on a normal summon. If you don't have E-Telly in hand or something, E-Tele or offer to the doom in hand or in deck or whatever if you don't main it. If you don't have E-Tele, there's no way you can OTK that turn because you need a normal a pilot to banish it, and then there's not enough damage from that ship or that pilot to OTK someone. And that's what made Necros or makes BA really powerful because they can just keep swarming the field and on one turn, while Cosmos they need a if they don't have something that like emergency teleport or they pop a ship or something that lets them float into something small that gives them an extra monster on board so they can go off. They're not gonna OTK. That's why reasoning you get that even if it's a little pilot, you get a normal summon, you get a free summon, and then if you normal summon and you have two ships in hand, guaranteed OTK most of the time. It depends on what ships you have. That's why reasoning build is really good, but because it solves the main problem with the deck. But it's also really bad because it can hit like your Cosmoton, your E-Tel, your Max, your people that play reasoning don't main Maxi, but it can hit like your breakthrough. Well, the breakthroughs is good, but it can only activate on your main phase. It can hit your Regeki, MST, Torrential, Vanities, and if they call it right, it goes to the grave. So that's why I don't like it, and this is my tech for this build because it kind of solves the main problem with the deck on why it can't be explosive. You just pay like you can't draw your next turn, but with Cosmo Town you just send one back to the deck, shuffle and draw one, and you basically it's like Daigusto and then you draw one. That's what it is. And I still want to run the one that Raigeki. I don't main the 2 Dark Hole because this also clears the board. The reason people main Dark Hole was a reason to destroy your opponent's monster and you float, so you get the farm grow and like a ship out, and you attack. But this is a quick. I like the quick. I like the quick spot. It gets over the thing fast, and you get to plus off of it. So now to the traps. I main two breakthrough skills. This is really good. Basically for game one, you want to negate their effects, and then Burning Abyss have run F0 or any deck that can go into or mains that card. This is what it's for because that card actually messes this deck up. That's why I've had this. I have this. I didn't have any effect negation, but because of that, I have this now. And then the one Solemn Warning. The one Stormy Mirror for self-explanatory. I mean, basically clears the board and lets you attack. Solemn Warning, really good right now. Torrential, it's like a dark hole. When you can't keep up with the board that he's trying to put out, you just torrential them. Vanities, really good card, still good. 2 Cyber Dragon, Chimera Tech, Cyber Core, banish a special one from the deck, really good. 1 Ghost Lurker, Synchro plays. 1 Good Witch if you need a Book of Moon something, or you feel like you need more pilots. Maxi, burning if you're going against Burning Abyss or anything that special summons hard. Oh, well that's awkward. No. Hello. Well that's A's. Alright guys, so my deck constructor. Is it this one? No, that's my old one. Deck. Okay, that's my deck. Where were we? Then Maxi, the Dark Hole. If you need to clear the board because they cite in like a Majesty's Fiend or something, or you feel like you need to clear the board faster, then just put that in. The MST for Floodgates because you already know game 2 or 3 they're gonna put in like Lightning Prison Mirror and Imperial Iron Wall. So the quickness of this is really good. Shadow Anti-Spell Fragrance for Pendulum decks. The 3rd Breakthrough for effect negation. Void Decree for traps. Stellar Knights for like. I still cite this in game 2 or 3 because I know that what they're gonna cite. I cite in this and the MST, guaranteed. No matter what, yeah, for sure you're citing in the MST. No matter what, because you already know, go into game 2 or 3. You know they're gonna cite in at least, if they're not citing in that Majesty Screen, they're at least citing Imperial Iron Wall or Light Prison Mirror. It's like guaranteed. So if you're not citing in the 3rd MST, then you don't know. You don't know how to play Cosmos because that's what they do. Guaranteed every match you play, game 2 or 3, Light Prison Mirror or Imperial Iron Wall. Skill Drain, Effect Negation, Rogue decks. kills them. RFX activating grave, don't matter. And we dodge this because it's cost. Banishing is cost. Trap stun just if you want to go off that turn. Fairy Wind because, like I said, Light Prison Mirror, Imperial Wall, and then if they're Pendulum deck, you kill them all. Chimera Tech for the Cyber Dragons, Black Rose, kind of the Exoton play now. Clear Wink was in the mirror match. I said in the Ghost Ogre, make this, and if they try to activate their ship's effects, negate, destroy, and gain that much attack, and then they can't get over it. Of course, you can't get over it. They banish a special with Forerunner. But you shouldn't make this if you can't, like if you don't have any answers for their attacks, you know. And then there's also an OCK with this. You make this, you have like a farm grow and healed, and you banish a special like Slip Rider or Dark Destroyer, and they try to activate effect. You negate. Well, it can only be with Dark Destroyer actually, because it has to target something. Wait, what's between activate effect? Okay, and destroy. Okay, so you can do Slip Rider actually. So you Slip Rider, activate effect, negate, destroy, and then you gain this card gains 23. Or if you take Dark Destroyer, it gains 3,000. And it's at 55, and then you get a farm grow. Or if you got Dark Destroyer, you get a Forerunner, and you attack for game. That's the OTK with this card. Red Ravens, because sometimes you have a farm grow and a Ghost Ogre, I guess, and you don't have any other plays, and its effect doesn't target. Abyss Dweller, because it's the dream play to get Abyss Dweller and Ebigeki out on the mirror match. Castel, get over anything that's like a bunch of BS, like that F0 that BA runs. Same thing with this. I think the same thing with this. You can discard and then take it one card on the field and turn it to the hand. Yeah, it gets over. It's like a Castells. I run a bunch of Castells because that's the what this deck loses to is like that F0 thing. It's like stupid. But Draco Sack, 101, Big Eye, Diamond, Red Eyes Flare, and I don't know why I run these still. I might take them out, put something else. I don't know. But that's my deck profile, guys. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me if it's bad, good. What would you put in? What should I be setting in? Because I haven't played it against Magic Specters, but I know that their effects activate on the field, so I could skill drain game 2 or 3. But other than that, I don't know how to play against them. But let me know what you guys think. That's it for me. Alright, till next time, guys.